Hello! Hi guys, welcome back. So today I am bringing you a story time. One that I've ummed and ahed about doing, but I'm not going to name any places, any names, anything. This is going to be strictly me talking about what happened. So basically, as I've mentioned before, I worked quite a lot in care. I enjoyed it, but it wasn't what I wanted to do. For a while I thought that I wanted to go into looking after children. So I started a course in which I was placed in a children's care centre, and I loved the job. I loved the kids, it was fine. So I'd just like to say at this point, I had lost some weight by this point. I was a size 22, 24. I'd gone down from a 28. I have never been one of those people that generally let their weight stop them doing things. I still did things, I still walked up hills, I still ran, I jumped, hopped, skipped, you know, walked in heels. I could still do all these things. So I started this job, and the woman who was in charge, she wasn't a skinny mini, let's put it that way. From the moment I stepped in, it was made very obvious that I was different because I was bigger. From a point of view of them, I still don't understand this, but I don't know why it was such an issue. Originally I was meant to be working in a set place, and I was meant to be working near where I actually lived, but while this sort of got me introduced to everything, I had to travel every day to a different place. I also had to work for free for a couple of weeks, which I thought that's fine. I don't mind for a week or so working for free and sort of setting my place and, you know, making sure that I could do it. And I also wanted to be in a set room, and that's what I was told that I could get in eventually. What happened was, apparently I wasn't allowed to be in that room due to health, safety and qualifications and whatever, so I was put in a different room. And I was like, right, okay, that's fine. And I was put in with these girls, and from day one they didn't like me. From day one they wanted me out. I don't know why, I don't know what I did. I can understand why they didn't like me in the end, which we'll go into. I like to think that I'm quite an easy person to get on with, and if you approach me then I'm quite easy to get on with. But at this point I was free labour, and I can remember sitting with a couple of the children and playing with them, and the boss comes in and she tells me immediately to stand up, get off the floor, get on with what you're doing, can we have you up? I remember thinking, oh, okay, well I'm meant to be playing with the kids, but that's fine, I'll get up and get on. And she called me into her office a bit later on and says, look, can you do the washing up today, because so-and-so's out and I need you to do the washing up. And I thought, okay, yeah, that's fine. So I went and did the washing up, and obviously there was a lot of it, and that's fine. And I did it all, and she called me back in her office, and I sat down, and she sort of said to me, oh good, you've done the washing up then? I said, yeah. And she said, and it wasn't a problem? And I sort of said, no, why would it be a problem? She said, I just needed to check that you could do it because of your size. I wanted to check that you could stand and do the washing up. I remember thinking, what? What? Okay. So I let that slide. And then she said I wasn't able to work at the place that I lived near, and that I would have to travel every day. And I said to her, you know, I don't have a car, so I'm going to have to be in 30 minutes late so I can get the bus, but I can still come in and do a lot more hours than I was meant to be doing, but I'll be 30 minutes late in the morning. And she wasn't happy about it, and I was still free labour by this point. I was working 8:30 till 6. It should have been 8 till 6, 4 days a week, which is fine, but when you're free labour, it's a bit, you know, it's a bit pants. It's already a bit of an arse for me because I'm not in the place where I wanted to be. The girls, they didn't like me, and the only thing that I can put it down to now is because I was overweight. They were very, very tiny and very, very pretty and much younger than me. They were like 18, 19. I just felt that there was such a clickiness that I couldn't be involved in, and I tried. I really, really did try. So there was a lot of changes whilst I was there. A lot of them I got the gist of, and a lot of them was passed down to me from these girls. And I can remember a couple of times that they tell me one thing and it was actually the other thing, and then make me feel about this big because I got it wrong. Now, it is possible that I got it wrong, just saying, but the way they did it wasn't nice at all. I snapped at them a few times, and that probably wasn't so professional of me. I realised that. The whole place just wanted me out. It was ridiculous. And I can remember getting called into the office, and there was another girl from upstairs who I hadn't really worked with at all. I had to go up and down and give things to them. And she'd said that I'd said something to her when I came up, and I never said it. She said that I'd come up, and she'd basically said quite snappily, "Oh, I thought you were someone else," and I apparently had said, "Oh, well, I'm not good enough for you then." I don't remember saying that, and even if I had said it, it would have been in a jokey tone, because I remember that day when I went up and I was absolutely fine. There was nothing wrong. So if I said it, it would have been in a joke, but I don't remember saying it at all. But she was convinced, and I got called into the office for this. Basically, I was told that I had a really, really bad attitude. Then we got onto the subject of the way I looked. And she said to me, "Well, the other day you looked so nice, you know." And I'm like, "What has this got to do with my ability to work?" And she said, "You know, because you're bigger, you need to have more calories than other people. So, you know, are you eating enough?" Huh? What? Everything was about my weight, every single little thing. She said, "I need to make sure that you can get down on the floor and play with the children. I need to make sure that you can pick the children up if they need. I need to make sure that you can do these things because of your size." And I'm thinking to myself, I can go dancing all night in like heels and be up all night without a problem. I don't understand why this is happening. So time went on, and the girls in my room got more and more cliquey and ruder to me, and I was coming home in tears every night. It was horrific. Anytime there was an issue, it's always because I was overweight. Always. And in the end, I remember basically just saying that I don't want to be here anymore. I can't do this anymore. Mentally, I will break down if I'm here anymore, because I'd just been so trodden into the ground and made to feel even worse about myself when it wasn't necessary at all. I was still able to do all these things, but I was told that I probably shouldn't because of my weight. What? And I don't know whether this is because they just wanted me out, they wanted to get rid of me. I worked for free for a month and I still got this stuff, and it was just ridiculous. And I felt very, very crap and very to blame for this situation. I've constantly thought it was me. I should have tried harder. I should have tried to get on with them better. I should have realised that my weight was the issue and I couldn't do this job because of me, and that I had a bad attitude and I was rude to the other staff and it was me. I recently found out that someone had been hired elsewhere. This is like through a mutual friend. And this girl had been fired from this place because of her bad attitude, and she was abusing the children. And I'm thinking, who would hire someone from that, you know? And basically she'd said that these girls in this place were telling her one thing and she was getting into trouble, and she turned around and snapped at them, and she was told that she had a bad attitude. And the others said that she was shouting at the children, and she was asked to leave. Same place. So for me, that was kind of actually, I don't think it was you. And I still regret snapping at them because that was totally unprofessional. But clearly someone else has had this exact same issue in exactly the same way almost, apart from the everything being about my weight thing. And I honestly, by the end, when I left, I only met this person about a month ago. So all that time, years, I have constantly thought that I was too fat to work in that industry, that it was me that was the problem. I am glad to say that I'm not in that place anymore. Did I love that job? Yeah, I did. And I feel as though if I had gotten on better with the people, I would probably still be there. I really did enjoy that job. C'est la vie. That wasn't meant to be. That's a rhyme. That wasn't meant to be, and I do what I do now, and I can safely say that I'm 10 times happier doing that. I never reported these people because, like I said, I felt like it was my fault that this had happened, but after meeting that other person and her being fired in exactly the same way. Now I just want to say, I know I said that I was fired. I was not fired. I left of my own accord. For legal reasons, we're putting that in. You know, I wasn't fired, I left of my own accord, but I been pushed out, that they wanted rid of me, that they wanted me just completely gone. I've ummed and ahed about making this video for so long because I felt guilty. But now I've heard about the other person, the person that I met, I feel liberated and free. And like I said, I'm not one that would ever let my weight stop me doing things. I still went out dancing all night. I still walked, hopped, skipped, ran, you know, and this was before like the major part of my weight loss came in. I was still a lot heavier. I mean, I'm now, at the time I was a 22, 24, I'm now an 18. Do you know what? I'm damn proud of that. But nothing's changed. I still get out of breath if I walk up a hill. I still run, hop, skip, jump, dance all night. I can still stand and do the washing up, which I've always been able to do because I was an adult and I didn't have a dishwasher, so I had to do my washing up, you know? I feel like it was abusive, 100%, and if I'd met this person earlier, then I probably would have filed a complaint, but I was just made to believe that it was my fault so much, and I'm happy to say that I've moved on from that. So that's it, guys. That was my little story time. I hope you really enjoyed this video. Don't forget to follow me on social media. I'm on Twitter, Instagram and Snapchat, all Beenafish. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye!